Okay, guys, welcome to Dave's LFC Chats, and we're live, Jackie boy. It's Thursday night. How are you, Jack?
Not too bad, mate. Just been helping you with this new platform. Helping Dave with StreamYard. It's a very fantastic tool for a lot of social media gurus out there. But yeah, thank you very much for having me on tonight, mate. It's an absolute pleasure.
Listen, it's a bit of crack. It's another platform or tool that we can use to spread the gospel of the Reds throughout the world. But Jack, last night 2-0, 4-0 on aggregate. But last night's performance was even better than the other performance, I thought. I just thought the balance was perfect in midfield, especially, which helped the defence, and it was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, the attacking fluidity was back in this Liverpool side. It was the mainstay. The lighthouse was back in that midfield, as Liverpool coaching staff do like to say. Fabinho, we all know his quality, but I think him in midfield gives Thiago a bit more balance, allows him to go forward as well. It allows the team to really push up. Obviously, Trent going forward, Robinson going forward. But I think overall, in terms of Liverpool team collective, last night was excellent in every area. As I said last night, it wasn't the most amazing performance, but it was a job very well done. It was an experienced European. But at the end of the day, the results are what matter, really, especially when you get deep into the Champions League. You know?
Listen, there was 3 or 4 unbelievable performances, I thought, last night. I mean, Fabinho in midfield. I thought Gini was unbelievable. He didn't get much of a mention. I thought Gini with the captain's armband was captain's performance. Obviously, Thiago was brilliant playing, and Phillips. They even named the television after him.
I tell you what, everyone. There's nothing in this world that you'd head it away. I think I seen a little comment on Twitter. He'd head it away his nan if she was in front of him. If it meant defending a goal anyway. There you go, David. Are you used to the comments? Yeah, just click on the comments, mate, and then.
This is new to me. I'm like a child under the Christmas tree here. Helen Raybold's in, Jordan Hyman, LFC, Abdul. Oh my, Johnny Gooch is in. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac.
If you just click them, Dave. Anyway, yeah.
It's brilliant. Yeah. Eamon Kelly's in. It's just great. Listen, we're doing a Thursday night stream. Me and Jack might do it a bit more together. We were meant to do it last year. Remember, Jackie boy?
Yeah,
you're meant to do a lot more.
Sometimes life last year it become a bit mental, didn't it? For the last 12 months.
Listen, we've had an unbelievable time. It's been unreal. Thierry, unreal. Liverpool have gone through the doldrums. We've all more or less exactly a year of this crazy coronavirus madness. And it's just, I mean, England's doing a lot better than Ireland. I mean, used to be out of it a lot quicker than us with the vaccines, but surely we can have some summer this year. Surely some summer, and maybe a proper year next year. But who knows, Jack? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back to the match last night, because we're going to do a bit about last night, but we're also going to talk about the big one on Monday night. We don't play the Monday, so nice little rest for lads against Wolves. But as I say, those 3 in midfield are beautiful because it was balanced. You had the balance there for the first time. Everyone was playing in their proper bloody positions. Phillips, Kabak were playing in their positions as centre halves. Fabinho, the fabulous Fabinho, was in midfield.
Yeah.
And Gini, captain's armband, captain's performance, and Thiago, the overhead kicks and everything, little flicks and overhead kicks.
The karate kick.
Well, that gave confidence to the front 3, Jack. It was unbelievable. Take it away, baby.
It was fantastic. I just have to mention that karate kick. I tell you what, mate, and everyone at home, we all sat at home watching that, didn't we, last night? And we're like, why is that not got in? I don't even know what manner. I think he's probably went into work today and probably went to the boss. I don't even know what he was doing. He trying to head into the grounds. But yeah, that karate kick probably would have been one of Liverpool's best goals of the season, just because the sheer extravagance of Thiago. You can see his confidence is coming back. He's come to a new league. The Premier League is a lot more physical compared to the Bundesliga. It's a great league, but not compared to the Premier League in terms of physicality and obviously quality. But yeah, excellent there, mate. It's an Ellen. Yeah, Jota playing up front. The fluidity was obviously Firmino was out injured. Hopefully he comes back and a bit better. But yeah, Jota was all over the place in a good way. Mane and Salah. It was great to see a confident display. And as me and you've spoken about over the last couple of years, mate, and everyone at home, Liverpool a different animal compared to what we are in the Premier League in European competition. We've won it 6 times, and we know how to win this competition. And Jurgen's got to a couple of Champions League finals. He knows how to do the business deep in competitions, and yeah, it was excellent all over the park. And I'm excited really for is it next week to draw? I think it's 10, 11 days. Anyway.
Tomorrow week, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
I like Liz Golden's comment here. The midfield played together with creativity. It was poetry in motion, says Liz. Very good. But it was poetry in motion. It was it really was, especially the midfield. But see, if the midfield are playing well, they're doing their jobs. They're balanced. They're defending when they have to defend, and they're attacking and going forward when they have to attack. And that's what was helping the front three. That's why we had so many bloody chances yesterday. And I don't care about people giving out about, oh, we load of chances. That's good. It'd be worse if we had no chances.
Yeah, I'd be a bit concerned if we weren't creating chances very well.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I want chances. I don't want, well, if you win the game and you miss chances, that's okay. If it's 0-0 or you lose and you're missing chances, that's worse.
Yeah, spot on there. Like we had enough chances, and RB Leipzig, yes, played into our hands, and I was very disappointed. Everyone let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. I was expecting a lot more from Nagelsmann's side. We've seen the exploits in which they've showed this season and over the last couple of seasons in the Bundesliga. They're playing excellent, but they haven't really translated that form into the European competition. He's still a young manager, and I think he would have learned a lot from last night. Nagelsmann, he's got a big future in the European game. I think give it a couple of years or even 1 or 2, he might end up at Chelsea because they love every manager. Because I think he will get a shot at Chelsea if he just continues developing as a coach.
He might get 6 months at Chelsea.
Yeah. Probably a week or so. It depends. Tuchel, once Chelsea start losing games, they'll probably sack him as well. So.
Yeah. Here's a good question from Eamon Kelly. Actually, you can check that one out there, Jackie. I think it's for you. But who would you like in the quarters?
Oh, Porto. I think we'd all agree. It wouldn't be a Liverpool Champions League run if Liverpool didn't play Porto. No. But obviously they're no mugs, and there's no easy team in European competitions. It was a very experienced performance by Porto against Juve. You can talk about Ronaldo being an absolute silly sausage in the wall, just jumping out of the way. But it's a team game. And I think Ronaldo himself, he let his team down, but Juventus was so poor over the 2 legs. Credit to Porto, they had 10 men, but I tell you, Juventus had enough quality in that squad really to pose Porto a lot more questions than he did over the 2 legs. But I've seen a lot of people say on social media that would you go with Dortmund? I'd be very concerned with Haaland coming up against our back line because I tell you what, Dave, he and everyone, we all know how good he is, but that lad is he's a freak of nature in front of goal because he only needs 1 shot and it'll bang. It's crazy how good he is at actual getting his tunnel vision in front of goal. He only needs 1 chance and he'll bang it. But I tell you, if you want to win the Champions League, you got to play every single top team in Europe. We know that. But I'd be excited to play at Dortmund. I know they haven't been as good. We've talked about RB Leipzig's form in the Bundesliga, but they have been shocking at the back. I've watched a couple of Bundesliga games for Dortmund this season when I've had the Monjaka, and they've let me down, and they've let everyone down this season. I think Liverpool could get at Dortmund's back line. I know they could get at that.
The thing about it is, Jack, it's hard to say it now because we don't know who's the 8 are. I mean, Atalanta could get past Madrid. You just don't know. I mean, it's Chelsea looks like they're going to get past Atletico Madrid. I mean, so I probably can't answer that until next Friday in the draw, just before the draw. But you would like Porto, of course. But,
Atletico, I wouldn't want everyone. I tell you, if we got them,
I'd rather Chelsea than Atletico.
Yeah, because I know we've got a number. We want at least revenge on Atletico. We did play them, but they're the one team in the competition that Liverpool, as we spoke about RB Leipzig, played into Liverpool's hands, and I think Bayern would. Don't get me wrong, they've been excellent this season, and they won the Champions League last year, but they're not compared to how defensive sound Atletico Madrid have been in La Liga, and obviously in European competitions as well this year.
No, but as Theo Woods LFC says, I want Dortmund. We do well against those sides. We have a great record against German sides. Of course, Leipzig are a German side. But it is weird how we are playing on a home tie in Europe, away from home, and it actually suited us because our home form has been terrible, and it will suit us probably against Wolves the weekend as well. You know what I mean?
I wish we could play in Budapest in every European game, I tell you. Because we're scoring goals there, aren't we?
The Dugout Football Channel is in the house. Dougie boy, he's just after being live about an hour ago, so fresh from being live. Check out Doug. I'm sure he's all know who Doug is anyway. But so anyway, we're into the draw next Friday week. I'm happy with that. You're happy. But the good news is, and what I'm hoping on, the title on the description of this video was, Liverpool will need to get back into a winning run, Jack. I mean, it's no use getting into the quarters and getting a below par performance on Monday night against Wolves. We got to beat Wolves Monday. We got to beat Wolves Monday and go on a run big time.
Yeah, I think come the end of the season, hopefully, obviously hindsight is a wonderful thing after any event really. But if Liverpool can salvage a bit of confidence come the back end of the season, if we can at least get a run of a couple of wins. Obviously, European competition, that's on the back burner now. We're through to the next round. We can relax for a minute and just focus on the Premier League. The lads know what they need to do. There's enough quality in this side. And I think we were talking about Wolves. They have not been the same team. Like, similar to Sheffield United this year, it's been very concerning if you're a fan of Wolves. I know it's been concerning for us watching those defend and lose games, but Wolves, Adama Traore has been a very big disappointment. There was a lot of talk in the summer of him potentially rumored for like 80 or 100 million, stupid prices, but no one was ever.
Do you know what the amazing thing is? I never rated him. I just never. He was just a big bulky running. There was no real end product enough. I mean, that guy Neto, who plays up front, I rate him.
He's a fantastic prospect. I mean, he's 20 odd years old. And I think if Jurgen Klopp, he's probably doing, Michael Edges is probably having a little cheeky word behind closed doors with Jota just to try and persuade his fellow Portuguese player anyway to come to Liverpool. But yeah, a lot of clubs in Europe will be looking at Neto definitely in the summer, especially if the results don't improve for Wolves. Yes, he's at Wolves and he's got first team opportunities. Will help his development because he's getting a lot of game time. So I don't think he'd move, but he's a player for the future, really, Neto. He's playing so well now.
I think they've missed Jimenez really badly. He got that bad injury, head clash. Was it fractured skull or something he got? He was lucky actually in the end. I mean, it was bad enough, but they've really missed him. Of course, they sold Jota to us, which was a big loss. But they've been unlucky with injuries too. But I mean, at the end of the day, Jack, I think this game suits us. We're away from home, which suits us at the moment. They play football. They'll come at us. So you've got all the pointers to them suiting us. And if we play a similar team to the team we played last night, I think we'll beat them.
Yeah, spot on there, mate. As you mentioned, they will come out and potentially attack Liverpool. The games in which we've struggled over the last couple of weeks. Yes, Chelsea had a fantastic result against us for them, well, not for us, but they will open up and there will be a lot more opportunities. I think Liverpool can get in down Wolves' wide areas. Semedo, he's come to the Premier League and not really translated that form in which he showed for Barcelona. Yet he's not on the level of a Dani Alves on that, but I think that you understand why Barca let him go because he didn't really feel a bit of confidence. Doherty, he was a big player. I think it's Doherty or Doherty. One of them he's at Tottenham now, but I think he's a big miss for them this season. But yeah, there'll be a lot of chances down the wide areas to get in behind Wolves. As you said, consistent levels in performance, but in terms of team selection is going to be so pivotal, I think, coming the back end of the season. Because I think that's what we've all wanted, and we want at least a bit consistency, especially at the back. Hopefully Fabinho starts in midfield again, and we're not looking 10 minutes before kickoff at the lineup and going, oh, another injury, you're having a laugh. So fingers crossed the lads at the back can be consistent. Possibly drop Robbo for a little bit of a rest because I know we've got 1 week until international duty. But I think, would you rest him for a week? Because I think no, every game is must win in it. So
we got to start winning games. We've got to get the best team in the best positions out on the bloody pitch at this moment. A bit of a rest, Jack. They don't play till Monday night. They're okay. The Monday night. I mean, we're out of the FA Cup. We're out. The League Cup's nearly over. Europe. We don't play again in Europe till April. So let's get these league wins. Let's get the Wolves. We have a great record against Wolves. I think we've beaten them the last 5 games in the league.
Yeah,
home away, and home. Very good record. I mean, we're breaking all the wrong records at the moment, but our away form has been okay. So I think Wolves is huge. I think, as I said earlier, we played the right team, similar team to what we played. Fabinho midfield, as we can see, MDKS Gaming just said. He hadn't played there since October. He just looked at the part, but it also gave everybody else freedom to play. Thiago gave him freedom. Gave Genie freedom, and the front three then could see these guys can actually pass it. It wasn't go forward instead of backwards. Do you know what I mean? And it gave the back two a little bit of protection. I mean, it was there. The balance, it was beautiful.
Yeah, the balance was superb, mate. I think that will come, the balance with and the confidence in these players. I think come the back next season when we have got everyone fully fit, touch with everyone in your house. If we can get our starting 11 with Thiago a bit further up the pitch. Obviously, he's been playing in the 6, been playing in the 8, and he's been floating around that midfield. I think we've all come to the realisation that Ginny is gone in the summer, which is sad, but he's been picture perfect in terms of professional excellence. He's been putting everything on the line for Liverpool Football Club, and whatever happens in the summer, might let it be anyway because he's been an absolute star, really. But yeah,
I wouldn't begrudge him. I mean, he's done enough for us. I mean, I'm not going to begrudge him to get his last move if he wants to go to Barcelona, wherever he wants to go. If he wants to stay, great. But if he wants to go, I'm not going to begrudge him now. You know what I mean? He's done enough for us.
Yeah,
especially in that semi-final. Of course, we remember again in 2019. But Liz Golden's going off to make the dinner. Hope it's something nice, Liz. Enjoy your dinner, Liz. In Florida. Doug is going for 2-0 for Liverpool. 2-0 away to Wolves Monday. I'd take anything. 1-0. Maybe even a clean sheet. 1-0 would be beautiful. But I just think there will be goals in it. And I just hope. I'd say it will be probably the same team. I can't see any changes there. I think he'll play the same team again. I really do. Yeah, maybe midfield, but I can't see it away from home as well. As you say, Wolves are still dangerous. They're still dangerous. They're a good side still, even though they haven't been great, firing on all cylinders. But it's still going to be a tough game, Jack. But I'll take any type of win and just continue, get a few wins.
I think I went with a 5-1 in Doug's chat. It's a bit ballsy, like, but go for it.
I think you're playing too much fucking gaming.
Yeah, go for the 5-1. Got to be confident having your heads anyway, but yeah.
Yeah. What are our last 10 games? I'll tell you what, we play United. I think it's the second or third last game of the season, but we've Arsenal. I think Arsenal.
Yeah,
pop them up there, but I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, they're all winnable, but I mean, the form we were in the league, hasn't been great. So
where are we? Yeah, so obviously the next fixture is where are we?
Stick with the same teams as Dougie.
We got Wolves coming up. Obviously, got Arsenal away on the 3rd of April, and then after that, it's Aston Villa at home, and we've got Leeds United away, Newcastle at home, United away, Southampton at home, West Brom. They'll be battling Burnley and Crystal Palace.
They're not easy games. There is no easy games in the Premier League.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. As much as there's no more competitive league in the whole of Europe, mate. And I know people like on social media try and big up the La Liga and the Bundesliga, really, but the Premier League is so balanced in every aspect. I think anyone from like top to 10th, and even look at Leicester, they were the season before they won the Premier League. They had a very bad season, and obviously they changed managers, chops and change, and they had that amazing season. it's very difficult for a lot of teams in Europe. Obviously, looking at La Liga, you're looking at the three main teams. Obviously, Sevilla, Villarreal, Valencia. You've got rich histories, but it's set up for the big teams in those teams. And I think Aston Villa, Leeds, and Fulham have outspent Liverpool in the last 2 seasons in the transfer window, and it just highlights how. And if you're a Premier League side, you could probably outspend any club outside the whole of Europe, apart from obviously the big boys in Europe in the Champions League. But yeah, it's amazing competition in the Premier League.
Do you know what's amazing? I know I'd be on Twitter quite a lot. So do you, I'm sure. But the difference what a win can make to the club, everything's doom and gloom and giving out about players and everything. Thiago has been given out about, and Bobby. I know Bobby didn't play yesterday, but all of a sudden you win a game and everything's, I wouldn't say perfect, but you can see the difference. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
It's with Twitter. Like Twitter, it's an amazing platform and it's a bad platform at the same time. Like obviously you've only got a certain amount of characters to express your emotions, and obviously words can get caught up in whatever way you read a sentence. But it's so reactionary. I try and, don't get me wrong, we're all raging when Liverpool lose a game of footy. Don't get us started. But I think there's a lot of haters on Twitter. I don't really tend to use it. Some of the stuff I do see on Twitter, obviously everyone's entitled to their opinions, but you've got to be respectful to every single person's opinion anyway, as long as it's nice and genuine anyway. But I just wish you had some checks when you're creating an account, because there's some absolute weapons out there. But there always will be the case.
Come on, they just come on. Yeah, the fellas come on just to.
Like with any platform, really, but obviously we've got one of each other anyway. We'll look after one another, and there's a lot more nicer people out there in society than obviously the small minority. They shout louder. The 1% shout a lot louder because obviously, but never beats us anyway. But yeah, we're all a big family on YouTube anyway, and obviously on every social media platform. Yeah.
But what do you think? Obviously, players have to stay fit and stuff like that. But I hear a lot of stuff talking about number 7, as we say. But Jack, you never know. I mean, it's been a crazy season. The Champions League is, I would say, it's in our DNA. It's in the Liverpool's blood at this stage. But we hadn't got a great team in 2005, and we did it against all the odds. If you remember, we beat the likes of Chelsea and Juventus to get there, and of course the 3-0 down against one of the best AC Milan teams ever. To be honest, one of the best Champions League teams ever. So.
It's only like after that, I was young at the time, but stepping back now, obviously, since I've grew up, and actually, obviously, you don't, when you're that young, you don't actually notice, but when you research, when I've got older and you understand the football got better, what players they had, mate. Shevchenko, the Gattusos, the Kakas, the Zambrottas, the Didas anyway, the Crespos, the Shevchenkos, the Seedorf, what a player. And then you've got Liverpool. Don't get me wrong, our squad was all right, but it's not compared to that great AC Milan side. The Maldini as well. Maldini, mate, what an absolute icon of European footy. One of the best central defenders ever to grace a football pitch.
He scored after, was it 2 minutes or something? Remember?
Yeah. I'd love to have. I wish YouTube was obviously. Was YouTube back around then? I can't even remember. Like in 2005.
Yeah, it was. I think it was early. I think it was 2002 or something. YouTube.
Very early archive footage of it.
YouTube. I was on YouTube in 2008.
Oh wait, yeah. I would have loved to have seen the live watch along. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen the live watch alongs when we're 3-0 down in the
No, I wasn't. I was lying on the couch at half time. It was 3-0 down, and I went, "Oh my god!" Had a pint, and I said to me mates, "They're all down the pub." I couldn't watch it in the pub. I was too nervous. I couldn't watch it. So I started switching the channels around, and then I says, "Fuck it, sure. Listen, we've nothing to lose. You know, we lose 5-6-0. It'd be embarrassing." But when the first goal went, then it was Smeacher, wasn't it? Smeacher.
Yeah.
Game on, and then
I was so devastated that night. But when Rafa done his magic, Jimmy Traore got out of a box, didn't he, or something? You've seen the Istanbul film anyway, haven't you? Well, it was obviously the magic Zinham Haman coming on. what a substitution that was. That changed. He dominated that whole Milan midfield. The Zidane man, the big German, what a player he was. But yeah, it's crazy, mate. But as you said,
Unbelievable.
anything can happen, everyone. And I tell you, this Liverpool side in European competition, and we've got Jurgen Klopp. We've got one of the best managers in the whole of world football. And if he can do a result, and obviously it will be hard, but never say never. Doubters into believers. That's what Jurgen Klopp's turned us all into. And why not? This Liverpool side is fantastic. Yes, everyone loves to take the mickey out of Liverpool when we start losing games. But that's how massive we are as a football club. Everyone loves to take the mickey out of you when you start losing games of football. But let them enjoy it. Let them have the time. And Liverpool will be back on top of our pitch very, very soon.
Beautiful, baby. I'll just have a quick look at a few comments here. Matthew Komisky, how are you, Jack? If we can get Hendo and a few fit, I think we give the Champions League a proper try. Actually, Hendo, I think, is back for 3 or 4 weeks, apparently. He couldn't even make the second leg.
Yeah, not too bad, Matthew. Thank you for your comment, La. Welcome, everyone, for absolute legends. Van Dijk, I know,
for the
very
final.
risky. You never know, mate. He is in the Champions League squad. Yeah, Jurgen was asked in the press conference, and I think he asked his press officer last couple of weeks back anyway, when he got asked about Van Dijk. He has been included in the Champions League squad, so could we see him? Never say never, as I said before. But obviously, you wouldn't want to rush him back. But I tell you, if we could, even if we got a 50% Virgil van Dijk back in that centre back, that would be massive for our champion.
Oh, wow. Believe in or not, I still believe, says Tommy Walker.
Tommy, spot on there.
We still believe, baby. Eamon Kelly is loving the new platform. Wow. And I'm going to have a green screen behind me at the weekend, like Jackie Boy, real professional, like this boy.
You can have anything behind you, eh? Just to make sure. Yeah, Jürgen and the boys. But yeah, I hope he's Dave anyway. But yeah, appreciated everyone. I think Dave will be getting used to it. I give him a couple of lessons anyway. I'll help him.
It's a good platform because of the fact that you can interact with you or even another person, and you can interact with the comments at the same time. And I think that's the way to go, rather than just doing an upload. Now, I still like me little 2-3 minutes or me interviews, but even the interviews, you can do it on this as well.
Yeah,
so you're getting a double whammy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an excellent platform, mate. I think a lot of social media companies and obviously YouTube channels, this is the main platform, and it's a fantastic company. It's excellent the way in which the program does run itself. There's any IT wizards out there. Anyway, it's easy, it's comfortable to use, and that. But and obviously, it's probably the best platform really to engage with your viewers. But yeah. It's spot on, that.
No, a lot more. I'm going to get myself a nice microphone as well. I think that's very important for audio. My lovely dulcet tones. Live.
Dave's a radio voice. I know I've done a bit of radio, but I hate listening back to this.
Radio voice.
If someone's got my voice in the background to say, switch it off, please.
We'll be back. We'll be back after this.
Interlude.
What do we got here? Get VVD in this weekend, says Tommy Walker.
I'll tell you what, Tommy. If it was up to Virgil, I think he would. It'd go out there, strap his leg up, and then go out. But yeah, it's boss to see, Tommy, and everyone. You've seen the clips, haven't you? Everyone on social media. Fingers crossed. Do a couple of dances in the back garden anyway. Rituals, but yeah, and pray. But I tell you, it will be.
It's gone very quiet on Gomez. I haven't heard anything in the last 2 weeks on Gomez. Have you?
I think it's a lot more worse than the club are letting on. Everyone let us know if you've seen the scars of us. He done an upload a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, the scar looks quite bad. Obviously, he had an operation, but that will take a lot of rehabilitation for him to come back. But fingers crossed, that's what we want, and I think we will see Liverpool going for another world-class centre-back in the summer.
Absolutely. We're not going to stay on much longer. As I said, we did about half an hour, and for the first time, as I say, next time, bit better audio, green screen, beautiful. What are we, half an hour in? Almost a half an hour in. I think we might leave it there, Jack. What do you think then? Prediction for Monday night?
I've said 5-1. Yeah, as I said before, Ozzy. I'm confident. You got to be confident with the Reds, haven't you? And the Wolves will play into Liverpool's hands, not a side like Burnley or a Crystal Palace that will sit behind the ball and soak up Liverpool's attacking
Yeah.
counters and that. But yeah, I'm confident, mate. And hope, fingers crossed, Reds, we can turn this form around in the Premier League. We will. And then everyone can relax on social media and we can all be happy and smiley. But the lads have got all of our backing anyway. And yeah, I'm going to go with 5-1 now.
All right. I think we leave it there, Jackie boy. Half an hour in. That was nice. I enjoyed that. Let's hope Liverpool, as I say, we don't play the Monday night, so it's a bit away. But if we play like we did last night, we'll beat them. I'm going to go 2-0, an early 2-0 from Liverpool to beat
That's a little too positive, Tommy. Hey, Alan. You never know. He's an athlete, isn't he, Alan? He's an
3-0 Tommy's going, I think. Is he? 3-0 Tommy, yeah.
Mountain.
Right, guys. I think we leave it there. Jack, that was brilliant. Thank you very much. Hit the like button, guys. Tommy Walker, Helen Raybold, Eamon Kelly. Who else do you have? Jason Irish Redden, MDKS Gaming, Theo Woods. Doug was in there earlier. Liz went to make the dinner,
as well.
I think.
Yeah, Stephen as well. Dug out the cop out. The cop out.
That was good for the first one. Tommy Walker,
Liz
that was brilliant.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much for having me on, Dave. An absolute pleasure. Back when it all started, both of us doing our videos. But yeah, I'll help you with all the platform, and everyone have a lovely rest of your night. And
we'll do it again, baby. We'll do it again.
I'll be doing a video tomorrow. Obviously, I was open Dugout and you tonight, mate. But I'll be doing a video tomorrow, everyone. So, but thank you for having me on, Dave. And everyone keep safe and well. And you'll never walk alone.
Thank you, lads. Anfield Lark comes in. Nice show, lads. Thanks, Alex. Talk to you soon, guys. Stay safe. This means more.
Got it.